Hi guys, today we are discussing Amaka Azie's book, The Senator's Daughter. But before we start, a note to her readers. Okay, thank you for purchasing this book, me. I'll share a little history about how the idea of The Senator's Daughter was born. About 18 years ago, I read a horrifying story of a young woman who died after being treated with fake drugs. I remember being very distraught about this, and of course, because my mind is an ever-revolving door of tales, I wrote a short fiction novel called Dangerous Love with counterfeits, medications as the main theme. Last year, I came across the unpublished manuscript, and although I laughed at how hard my juvenile style of writing was, I decided the plot was good enough to polish into this beautiful story. I hope you enjoy reading it as much as I enjoy writing it. I dedicate this to the late Dora Akunyele, yes, appointed the director of the National Agency of Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, in 2001. She did an amazing job of clamping down on the distribution of fake medication in Nigeria despite multiple threats to her life. Let's begin. Hi, you are welcome to Nestedi. If this is your first time, welcome to the month of love, February 2022, where we are exploring the works of the award-winning author, Amaka Azie. Amaka Azie is a Nigerian who wraps Nigerian issues around romance. So while you're reading the book and feeling the feel and enjoying yourself, you are actually being highlighted about the issues that we have in Nigeria. And in this particular book, The Senator's Daughter, the focus is on actually 2 or 3 things, but the major theme is the fake drug. Okay, now, if you're not Nigerian or you don't understand what I'm talking about, some time ago in Nigeria, it was very popular for pharmaceutical companies or illegal pharmaceutical companies to bring in medication that did not work. Do you understand? So it's like you can go to the supermarket, or sorry, you can go to the pharmacist to get a Panadol, a pain reliever, and literally you can be given something, a pain reliever that looks just like the medication, and then you take it and you realize that that's not, as in you're not getting better because the medication is fake. So this used to be something that used to happen a lot, and thanks to the likes of Dora Akunyele, late Dora Akunyele, rest in power, miss, she was able to clamp down with the NAFDAC here in Nigeria. So this book is actually revolving on that. And it's good. It's good. The Senator's Daughter. It's a good story. You know, it's a good story. Okay, so The Senator's Daughter focuses on the character, Nosa. Nosa is the first fictional character that I'm falling in love with. Oh my God, the guy is so fine. Don't ask me how I know. That's just how the girl wrote it. She wrote about how fine Nosa is. Okay, so Nosa lost someone very important to him, like a loved one, someone that meant the world to him, due to fake medications, right? So I think it was an antibiotics, yes. So it's like it was an infection, something very simple that the person should have easily survived from, but they took this medication and they died. Like after the infection just spread and the person just died, and he didn't understand what happened. Then instead of doing some research, they went and did some tests on that particular pill. That's the antibiotics, is usually in a capsule, and he realizes that the capsule was loaded with chalk powder basically, and he's like, what? And he now doing some research and found that the same pharmaceutical company with the same antibiotics had the same problem with some other people and all that. So he was able to gather enough case and all that, and then takes it to the court. But the pharmaceutical company is held by a big political family, right? So this political family squashes the conversation. It didn't even make its day in court. It didn't see the light of day in court. He tries to put it through the media. He squashes it, and then Mr. Nosa does what he believes is the best that he can do, and that is kidnapping Rita. Rita is the senator's daughter. So who is the senator here? The senator is the owner of the pharmaceutical company. I swear, Nosa. It's a good thing that he's fine, because I swear that was as dumb as hell. Ah, Lord. Anyway, so he kidnaps Rita, and then in the craziest 80s type of rom-com or romantic movie, Rita falls in love with Nosa, Nosa falls in love with Rita, and that changes everything for them. And of course, in the end, they get to the bottom of the problem, and it turns out that Rita also comes with her own major baggage, which is connected to health, mental health. Now, this mental health one, interestingly, was very It was very on the nose because Rita was majorly concerned because her family members had major mental health problems, so she thought she had it, even though she didn't. Like, she always just worried that she would have it. So it was something that always just played in her mind. She just always believed, oh, this person has this, so I'm gonna have it. This person has this, so I'm gonna have it, or it's in me, it's in my DNA. So it's like the way it affected the way she behaved before she got kidnapped and met Nosa. Yeah. So it was all of that, you know, and all that put together. But I think the major thing we want to focus on here in the story, or I kind of tended to focus on in the story, was the way the families handle mental health. Woo! See, I think we've seen a lot in this country. It's beyond me. Anyway, more of till today. Some people till today, if there's a mental health issue with somebody in the house, they'll say they let them take the person to church. They say, God forbid, person cannot be mad in Jesus' name. They'll take the person to church. Person will go in. Different churches and different juju houses and all that will be there collecting money from you. They want to cast demon. They want to bind something. They'll be using and be using and be doing dance, you know. And that's exactly what happened to this family member that's in Rita's home. And then after years, this character just disappeared, and we don't get to even know that they exist. We thought they were dead until the end of the book. I don't know if you understand. So that's very scary, you know. But you can just imagine, and then you tend to just hide that. Like, you don't even want to talk about it. You don't want anybody to know that this problem is there, you know. So it's like Rita dealing with that, then getting kidnapped, and then, you know, falling in love with a kidnapper, Abi, captor, what did they call them, you know, and all that. It's, I don't know, it's a whole other thing. And this is also the same thing that affects homosexuality. Here in Nigeria, there was a reaction. It turned out that somebody in this political family was gay, and it was like, God forbid, my son cannot be gay. It's like, I mean, come on now. It's not funny, I swear, but it was there. So it's like all those things, they jolt you, and you're like, oh, wow. But I don't know, that's pretty much it to this story. I don't want to give you the whole gist because I swear this book is sweet. However, I've never read such an unrealistic story before. Yo, I was reading the story. I was like, this was roasting me like corn. I was like, be roasting, Bruce. I was enjoying myself. I was enjoying the roast. But this was roasting me, man. I was like, this story is so not true. How you go come kidnap senator daughter? Come they talking like this? Eh? No, sir, he's lucky that he's a fine boy, because I swear I would have laughed him to score. Anyway, so I had explained earlier that Amaka had sent me 4 books that she thought I should read because they were arranged properly. There's a trilogy, which is the first one, which is this one. This is the first one, The Senator's Daughter, followed by The Governor's Wife. I've already talked about that. I'll put the link here so that you can watch me talking about that one. So The Senator's Wife is next. Sorry, The Governor's Wife is next, and then the last is, I think, The Judge's Secrets. So the story is actually like in The Governor's Wife, the guy there, his name is Phil or Philip. He's actually besties with Nosa. Nosa, this Nosa that I say is a fine boy now. Do you understand? Nosa was actually mentioned in the other book. As a matter of fact, this is why Rita was also mentioned in The Governor's Wife. It's just that because I didn't read it accordingly, it was kind of scattered in my head for a minute. But Nosa was mentioned. The third one, who is Femi now, I think we're going to read about him in the next book, The Judge's Secret. I'm about to start that one in a bit. But, you know, so it's like the trilogy. It carried like 3 friends that grew up together, childhood friends and all that, and then them finding love despite how mad their lives are. So I don't know. I really liked this this one. Maybe because of the fantasy of it, but nothing about it made sense. And, you know, the possibility of seeing justice actually happen in Nigeria, especially when it comes to this type of scale, because Dora Akunyele, the amount of times her life was in danger, she got death threats, she was, the assassination attempts on her life were too many. Do you understand? And some of these families, some people claim they knew the families that actually moved these medications and tried to get her assassinated. Some people actually claim that, but there's nothing anybody could do. You know, so I was like, this girl is out here dreaming dreams of politicians getting caught and being nice to you after you kidnapped their child. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? But that being said, the story is sweet. Like, it's such a, I don't know, it's a very sweet story. It's wonderful. I love, and I said I'm in love with Nosa. So at the moment, anything that concerns Nosa now, I'm pro Nosa. No offense, Rita, I'm pro Nosa. But that's pretty much it to this book. If you haven't already, please subscribe, join the community. And I'm going to be reading the next one real soon. So till next time, bye-bye.